All right.
Let's do this.
Welcome to another amazing episode of Friends with Benefits podcast. I am Justin's Pansy. And yeah, we do this every Friday. Eventually, with any luck, we'll have some other people jump in with us um, that want to actually meet folks and network and all of that fun stuff. But in the meantime, it's Pansy and I and some of our closest friends, and we're going to be bringing more of them on here to interview and all of that. But Pansy and I were kind of like we are kind of discussing like what are we going to talk about today? And frankly, I mean, Pansy had a good idea. She's like, well, let's talk about our friendship. Let's talk about what that means, and not just from like the business standpoint, but like as friends, right? We got a lot of people. I don't know. You got a lot of people who if you're not doing any kind of business, it's like, what's the point? And I kind of I understand that. I do. I get that. Like if we're not doing business, we're not doing this, we're not here to make money. Like, what's the point? I don't really want to get to know you. Um, and if that's the attitude you're gonna take about it, like, yeah, you'll do transactions. You'll probably make some money eventually or right away. But you're not building any relationships that way. I mean, you're building one layer deeper relationships, right? So the moment there's no money in it for anybody, like good luck getting any kind of help, right? Is what I'm saying. Um,
Those are, yeah, relationships that happen. But luckily, we have amazing friends.
we do.
And,
We do.
we get to know them on a personal level. It's not just about making money together. There's many different types of friends. The ones we focus on mostly right now are ones that are going to get us closer to our ultimate goals, right? Of investing
Mhm.
and helping us make our money work for itself instead of us work for our money.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, when I'm looking for friends, like it's not for me, it's not just all I have to click with them on a personality basis too. And then is that true for like everything? No, but like the people I want to meet and the people I want to do business with, I want to be able to click with them, right? On some level.
Absolutely. I
I mean,
mean, if you're going to do regular investment type
mhm.
of business, it helps to have friends in the business in many different aspects.
Yeah.
People have done it before. Um,
I've,
people,
I've sorry, go
yeah.
ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I mean, I've had friends come to my rescue in this multiple times, right? That I wasn't expecting to. I didn't, it's not like I reached out to them and said, oh, please help me. People just saw what I was going through and reached out. And that's what's worth it to me. Like that's why you do this. And it's yeah, we want to get to
That's what friends are for, right?
yeah, yeah.
Like if they notice you're struggling, reach out
Mhm.
and, offer a hand or at least maybe just an ear. So,
That's important. Like people don't put enough um clout on that or they don't put enough weight on that. Like it really goes a long way when you actually just reach out and say, like how you doing? Like fuck the business. Like how are you doing? Right? Um like I JJ talks about all the time, JJ, if you guys don't know who he is, I'll put his link in the bio after this, but JJ has a networking community as well. That's
we
one.
have a guest.
Oh, cool. Hey, Simon.
Oh, you let him in? Okay.
Yeah, actually, I gotta change this. Right now, if you guys are watching this after the fact, you're probably seeing the screen switch. Like, oh, I talk, and then the screen switches, and then Pansy talks, the screen switches. So I'm gonna change this to okay. So I wanted to finish my thought because I didn't get a chance to in the video. It completely got distracted and started on something else. But my friend JJ has a saying, and that is when you're networking, when you're meeting people, think forward, FORD, family, occupation, recreation, and dreams. That's how you get into the deeper conversations. That's how you truly meet someone and find out about them. And that's how those relationships get built. So that's just what I wanted to say there. And I think it's important enough to say it again. So family, occupation, recreation, and dreams. That's it. Back to our regular scheduled program, everybody. And then, yeah, what's up, Simon? How you doing, man?
How's it
I'm
going?
doing good. How you guys doing, Justin and
Good, man.
Pansy?
Yeah, thanks for joining.
Hey,
Tell
Mhm.
no
us about
problem. I didn't think I
yourself.
would make it after the kids' long game. I mean, I was like, man, I'm driving and trying to hurry up, and yeah, it's a long day.
So, yeah, Simon, I don't know. Have I met you before, like in person? I don't know if I've met you before in person.
Probably not. I
Yeah,
mean, I haven't really been too many meetups besides Detroit.
yeah, nice. And you know Pansy, right? You've met Pansy.
I don't think so. Maybe.
Oh, how'd you hear about the podcast
Yeah, it's
then?
all good. It's all good.
I forgot her name. I'm really horrible with names. I'm sorry.
I'm horrible.
Through a mutual friend? That's awesome.
Yes.
Yeah,
She in the
nice.
sub too.
There you go.
Nice.
There you go.
I like it. If you think of their name, let us know so that we can thank them for sending you our way.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, well, I'll try. I do. I will. I'll remember her name. I'll look it
yeah.
up while I'm looking.
Yeah. So what type of friends are you looking for these days?
I am just looking to get to know everybody, network. I mean, I've been slacking, and yeah, that's what I need to focus. Besides, I work with Ohana Group with Connie and them, and we're doing. She's doing great things, man. She's a great engineer. She's got AI. She's doing all kinds of stuff.
Oh yeah.
And it's
Sweet.
awesome. It's awesome what they're doing, and I'm learning how I'm call agents, and now I'm learning how to be a closer. They give me the numbers, and I just wing it as I go. If not, I'll have them for help.
That's
I
good. So
mean, but
you're getting uncomfortable, right? You're getting uncomfortable,
yes, yes,
right?
correct. I am. I'm actually getting pretty comfortable talking. It's like easy, really. I mean,
Yeah. Well, you got uncomfortable first before you got comfortable, though, right?
right? Yeah, it was kind of awkward to me because then I dealt with some pretty mean agents and just like okay,
Yeah.
then then I just got used to it. Like whatever, just another day.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
fine, you don't want to make money. Oh well, that's fine.
That's it. You just get after it. And so, what did you start in sub two? Is that where you came, like, kind of started out from, or?
Yeah, that's what I did at sub two. I was trying to figure another way of making money with real estate, and without I didn't have money because I was struggling with from pay change because my dad got sick. He lives in Mexico, so I had to go down there, and I was down there for almost 3 months. The money was coming out of my account faster than crap to pay the bills, but I was no money coming in unless I worked.
Right.
So I
Right.
was like, man, I gotta know there's another way, and it's real estate. I just gotta figure out how to do it without my money and try to do smart way, creative. And I was like, and I ran to bigger pockets, and I saw Pace,
Hmm.
and I saw two, and I was like, all right, it's like it's expensive, but the more I listened, I was like, you know what? What else I got to lose? I invest in dumber stuff than anything, so
Yeah.
this
Might as well
actually paid
spend the
off.
money on might as well spend the money on improving your situation, right? And like increasing your skills,
Right.
you know?
Yeah. So,
Who was the first person that you met in sub two?
um, in person, it was actually in person. My first week, I went to a meetup. I don't know what I was doing, so I just like, hey, meetup, sure. I got invited. It was
Hmm.
Gabriella and John Pickall and
Nice.
Justin
Okay.
and let me see who else. There was a
Some
couple
good
other people.
people. Yeah.
Arrogant. That was good. Great people.
Yep.
That's
Yeah, that's
awesome.
amazing. And so, and I think, okay, if I remember correctly, I don't want to like forget people's names here, but like I think some of the first people I met was Mark Chang, and then I know Pansy, you were in there, you were close in there after that, not much longer. I met JJ very soon into sub two. I met oh gosh, why am I forgetting it? Carlos Ruiz, I met soon after I started. Randy, I met soon after Randy Eichels, I met soon after, and then gosh, anyway, I and same thing. I didn't really know what I was doing. I was just kind of going to Zooms and then going to meetups and just kind of like meeting people and telling people I have no idea what I'm doing here and or no, not no idea what I'm doing here, but no idea what I'm doing in real estate yet and where I fit in or any of that. And just trying to meet people, and it was great, you know. And that's not like it's. I don't know if is that something that you're used to doing? Like when you started in this, like is that something that you were doing before?
Oh no, I used to build RVs and do constructions here and
Right.
here with the buddies and partners, we turned, friends that I grew up with.
Yeah.
And then I got back to RVs back and forth because I was like working with my friends. We were working at 8 to 8. I was like, dude, what the hell are we doing, man? I don't go home to eat and have say hi and bye and go back to bed and get up. I was like, damn, we gotta go back to work.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've been doing that. Now I'm doing custom buildings. I mean, I was like, man, I need to start working for myself again. And I know I miss my free time.
Yeah. That's
So,
what we're all trying to get back. We're trying to get back as much of that as we can.
What are you gonna do with your free time?
oh man, help in this grow my portfolio and help whoever needs help to do it. And, point whatever direction they need help in this big community of the sub two
Mhm.
and whoever else in the real estate investment, man. Because to me, if it wasn't for Ohana and the No One Left Behind challenge, I signed up
Mhm.
because that's the only reason I met this group, and I stayed with it, and they just started doing their own thing, and I stayed with them. So
Mhm.
because I was lost, but that's what I'm gonna do is my free time focus and grow my portfolio and try to buy my parents' house and do a farm
Love it.
and do my own, like my own resource of that and help my spend time with my parents as much as I can while they're still available. I mean, here.
Yeah.
And but the thing is, I have to travel back and forth to Mexico because my dad's from Mexico and he has a farm down there. So
Wow.
that's work itself. And I'm trying to make one more his house. And I mean,
Where
it's
at
not big as his one there, but it's 7 acres. I can put some about 20 cattle, beef back there. So,
There you go. Wow, where at in Mexico?
Hot Waters. It's called Hot Waters in English, and it's Aguas Calientes. It's not too far from Mexico City, about
Okay.
an hour.
Okay. Nice.
It's a
That's
very peaceful place for me. It is.
yeah, yeah,
We
yeah.
got the mountain view out in no man's land away, and it just sit there. You can have your beer or coffee, and just sit there and just chill.
Love it. Yeah, you
And
know
up,
what? That for me going snowboarding, going out to Arizona, going up to Prescott, Arizona, up in the mountains, is kind of like that's what it's like for me too. It's just a peaceful place. Um, you got to have that, man. You got to get out into nature sometimes, more than sometimes. I think everybody should do that at least once a year. Just get away from everything, get away from all the cell towers, all the electronics, and just be out in nature for a little bit and just disconnect.
yes,
I
it does.
did more than once a year.
More than once a year for sure. Helps you reset your clock, like your whole body clock and everything just needs to be reset sometimes.
I want to go camping so bad. Most
Yeah.
of the camping season is opening up, I think, at the end of the month.
One of my most favorite places in the whole world is up in Northern California. And it's near Weaverville, but it's up on the Trinity River. And it's just the most beautiful, and you go there for even just for a few days. You go there for, I usually go there for a week. I haven't done that in a while, but we go for like a week. And when you come back, you don't realize how crazy fast paced everything is until you go up there for a week and come back and you're just like, holy crap. Your whole life slows down and you're just relaxing. And then you come back to like Los Angeles, you come back into Southern California and just like it's like and it kind of hits you like a ton of bricks, like, holy shit, this is crazy, right? So, but it's
Right.
good. It's good though. It gives you that break and gives you that perspective. But you get back into the swing of it, and it's all good. But I personally, you know, I've got to be doing something, right? Even if I'm up like relaxing up there, like I've got to be doing something like going fishing or doing something. I can't just be sitting around. So, but um,
Yeah.
so what is like we've got someone else who jumped in too, by the way, Pansy. I don't know if you noticed.
Oh, I did not.
What's up, Jamie?
Jamie, hi.
Jamie? Um, I'll bring Jamie up here. I
The
don't even
thing down there is my dad don't let us really take breaks. We try to take breaks, we
hey,
can't.
hey, you know,
It works, you guys, huh?
yeah,
Oh yeah, he barely can walk. He's still working. He's like, if I stop, I'll die. I was like, I get it, I get it. I understand, man. I get it. You don't want to stop.
you said something interesting. Is you're gonna buy your parents' house. I want to buy back our family home. That's one of my goals, is to buy back our family home that I grew up in. So
That's cool. Yeah, I mean, I try to go help. I told my dad, I was like, I can't do my yard or your yard, dude. It just then my W-2, then I'm trying to make calls and do Zoom. I was like, and the kids got game. I was just like,
yeah,
I don't have enough time.
yeah. Well,
But
that's
yeah,
why, you know what, I'm going to share on this show, like eventually I'm going to share kind of what I've learned about keeping organizing your calendar and being intentional about your time and your calendar. Some things that I've learned about it really helped me, have been helping me. Even though I've got so much stuff going on, like being able to kind of keep yourself organized with your calendar is really important. Um, so real quick, Simon, where are you located? Like, where are you at right now?
I am on southwestern Michigan, right by northern Indiana, northwestern Indiana. I'm like
Oh
right by
wow.
the border.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay. Okay.
So I'm
I was
like
gonna say,
between Illinois and Ohio. I'm between like four states, right in the center of that.
Oh,
got
nice.
it.
Love it.
And you drive from there all the way to Mexico?
I have.
Yeah.
It's a hell of a trip, I can
Oh
tell you
yeah. I was gonna
that.
say. Yeah,
I'm
that's
guessing he's flying back and forth.
yeah. So you mostly flying into Mexico then, yeah?
Yes, I tried to because last time I went with my brother, he sold his house here. He sold everything here to go take care of my dad because my dad wants to rather spend time down there than up here.
Yeah.
And I get that. It's fine. I mean, he's retired. He's ready to live, whatever his dad left him. So he's out there farming.
Yeah.
But he's getting old, so my brother just don't have really no responsibility. He sold everything here, and the thing he didn't do is he didn't invest the money. He's like, bro, what are you doing with that money that you made? He said,
Yeah.
it's going. I said, I think the farm's sucking it all up, but it's going. I was
Yeah.
like, yeah, but anyways, but yeah, I mean,
Easy to do,
I
man.
mean,
Easy to
I
do.
drove it once and then we almost got threatened by the cops on there. And I'm telling you what, he got harassed. I was
Yeah.
like, all right, I rather like driving. I mean, I don't mind the view, but it's 2 days instead of 2 hours on the
Yeah.
plane.
Yeah.
Well, it
Exactly.
might be a little longer than just 2 hours, though, isn't it?
Uh, well, besides waiting at the airport, I mean, you have to wait at the airport for like 2 or 3 hours. You got to be there. I mean, but the flight don't take long. It's like we get there in 2.5 hours. I mean, I'm like,
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
The flight itself's not long. Yeah. Going through the airport and everything else is always kind of a hectic and takes a while. Um, well, cool, man. So, are you so far it's just been sub two. You haven't any other mentorships or anything?
no, I joined
Yeah, JJ's
JJ's
great.
group. I done that, and that's really it. It's just I don't have so much time, and then I signed up I'm with the team. And I don't want to let them down either. So.
Yeah, no,
And I'm
that's
trying to
great.
help everybody, and then I just start networking too. That's time too. And I'm like, it's like, and yeah, I mean, besides that, I mean, yeah, I mean, that's what I'm doing right at the moment until my goal is I'm fixing my house to sell it and whatever money I make off it and invest in it in a little bit, then slowly buy my parents' house where I can get enough maybe cash flow where I can just start doing farming and doing real estate at the same time and use my time.
Nice. Nice. Well, good for you, man. Keep it up. I would say, when you get that money, um, know your numbers before you put it in anything. Like review the deal, review the people that you're giving the money to, or however you're gonna do it. Even if you're gonna just buy it yourself and fix it up or whatever you're gonna do, just make sure you do your due diligence before you slap that money down. Because I've listened to too many horror stories, and even myself included, losing money on deals because you get excited and you don't really look at the numbers, and that's how people lose money. They get kind of careless. So just be careful when you get that. I'm not trying to scare you. I'm just saying like that's amazing. Get that money and go do it, but make sure you know your numbers. You know what I mean?
Right. I'm
Make
glad I got a team
deal.
that would help.
Yeah, yeah.
I already lost enough money.
Yep. So having that second set of eyes, having a friend to look at that thing with you and be like, "You're crazy. Don't do that. I wouldn't do that." Or
Right.
look at it and say, "You know what? That's a deal."
Where's my car?
Validate what you're doing. Uh, I wish I had had that early on. I really do.
Yeah,
And
me too.
yeah.
I probably would have saved thousands of dollars.
Oh, easily, easily. Yeah, easily. I mean, it's crazy
Yeah,
because
whatever you get.
there's a lot of opportunity out there.
Whatever you get.
Oh, you're not muted, Pansy. There's a lot of people out there that will take your money. There's a lot of deals that look good at first, but when you actually dig into them, they're not. So and you just gotta watch out for that stuff.
Oh
So
yeah, especially when I'm selling my house for to make, and I'm like, yeah,
yeah,
all
yeah,
what I worked for 10 years is like going to waste if I don't watch it.
yep, yep. But that's good motivation though. It's good motivation to make sure you're doing all that and paying attention. uh what's his name? You've heard of the guy from Bigger Pockets, whatever, Brandon Turner, right?
Yeah,
Beardy Brandon. Like he has a lot of great stories about how he started and everything. And he's no different than all of us. Like, there were deals that he lost money on. There were deals that took, a bunch of unexpected things happened, but he got to the point, where it's really just about knowing your numbers. There's a million different ways to get into a deal too, which is cool. That's what I like about real estate personally, is that there's so many different strategies. There's so many different ways to get into this and start making money, that you can get really creative. You can get really creative with it. And that was one of the things that attracted me to this. And so my very first property that I purchased that I own was a subject to deal. And so I got into it kind of early, and there were some mistakes there too, but I learned by going through it. And I'm grateful for that, right? Especially because it's just really interesting how it all works, and the fact that it even works is kind of a miracle. Um, yeah, well, I'm talking specifically about subject to, but just the fact there's so many different creative strategies that you can go after. It can get intimidating too, but for me, it's just like it's it leaves you a lot of options. You know what I mean?
Uh,
So
at the beginning for me it was intimidating.
yeah, I think it's for most people when you don't understand something, like it's gonna be a little uncomfortable, a little intimidating, right?
Yeah, at the beginning it was like shit. What am I doing? I'm out of my league.
Those are the best stories though. I mean, I've heard so many stories like that. Like I forget the guy's name, but he was talking about he's like, yeah, I was looking on Zillow and I found this property and I had no clue what I was doing, but I knew I could make it cash flow. And so I went to the bank and presented, or what do you say? He said talked to the seller. So he went and like walked to the house. It was in like his local area. He went to the house and started talking to the owner. And it took more than one conversation, obviously, but he talked to the owner and they worked out a price for the property. So he gets a contract and he learned all this stuff just by watching YouTube videos. He's like, oh, you do this, you know, XYZ. He just kind of like Frankenstein this whole thing together. Went to the bank and presented him with the contract, and the bank looked at it and was like, you know, this is a deal. We'll fund you, but you need like, I think it was like $30,000 or something, because he needed, you know, 20% or whatever they wanted, 10, 15%, whatever it was. But, you know, he was fortunate. He got his girlfriend and he got some family members to help him put that money together, got the house, had no clue what he was doing. He was like, and I remember talking about, he's like, I was so freaking scared. Like you know, I knew it was a deal. I knew like we can make this work, but at the same time, it was so nerve wracking going through it. But once we got it, and, you know, walking into that property and just be like, this was mine. Like, I own this thing, right? It's just one of the best. It really is one of the best feelings. It's like, holy crap, this is kind of crazy that I own this thing. You know, when you for the first time, right?
Especially
And
when you bought it.
yeah, so right, like just kind of, you know, he didn't spend years learning how to wholesale. He went and did it. I recommend that for everyone? No, but at the same time, you do kind of just have to, at some point, you just kind of have to jump off the deep end, you know, sometimes, um, and just do it. But he was he spent enough time to understand like eventually what a deal looked like. So that's kind of what saved him there, is like he spent enough time and was comfortable and understanding what an actual deal looks like by, you know, sort of the numbers. So that's why I say, like, if you're, you know, if you say to me you're a real estate investor, but I don't really understand the numbers, like, that's probably one of the most important things. So if you don't understand the numbers, either find a friend who does, or you should probably learn it, right? So,
Yes, that is true.
you know, so cool, man. Well, thank you for jumping on, Simon. I appreciate you being in here, man.
Ain't
And
no problem.
we're
Thanks
just
for the
gonna,
invites.
yeah, bro. Well, I mean, you're obviously, you've got the link. We're gonna be doing this every Friday, so you're welcome to come back in, invite more people. That's what this is about. It's about bringing as many people together as we can, make as many friends as we can, and figure out this journey together, you know?
Right.
Do some,
Yeah, it's definitely awesome. That's for
yeah,
sure.
yeah.
Absolutely. If we can help with anything, let us know.
Oh, bro, are you going to JJ's meetup in June? The pick.
Uh, probably I have to. Nah, my job won't let me. Probably.
Oh, really? Okay. All right.
I know. Rod and Kelly's going. I know a few people.
A
I'm
lot
like,
of people.
oh, I would love to, man. You don't even know.
I
Yeah,
plan on being there all
yeah,
the way from
Kansas.
Chicago.
Yeah, I'm gonna be there. Um,
You only have a little bit of a drive, though.
that's an hour drive, Pansy. Okay, that's
I
a
have to
drive.
either drive there or fly in. Oh.
I
That's a
mean, I would
long
love to
drive.
drive. I mean, probably nice adventures. I like stopping for like good food and like be like divers and drive, like what's his name show. Go, that'd be
Yeah,
another thing.
yeah.
Go to meetups, also go across the country and just eat good food at the same time and make money. Why not, right?
Why not, man? I gotta tell you, well, it's up in LA, it's up in Glendale, but at Griffith Park, but there's so much good food up there. There's tons of good food up in Los Angeles. A bunch of really good restaurants up there. So yeah, that's what I'm about too. Whenever I travel, and I know Pansy, that's one of Pansy's things. Like she's doing this because she wants to meet people and travel, right? And that's amazing. And so one
That's
of my
awesome.
things when you travel is, you know, is going and checking out the food, right? Going and getting some good food, and that's one of my favorite things. So
I mean, why not, right?
why not? Why the hell not, man?
And
Yeah.
live once.
Yep. Why the
Yeah,
hell?
when I moved away from Illinois, and when I would come back, I had it like planned out almost like to a T. I'm gonna visit this place on this day to eat this and this place. Because there's just not the same type of what is the word I'm looking for? Availability of cultural foods.
Yeah.
That
Yeah, I understand. The
Yeah.
unique. It's a
Yeah,
unique.
well, I grew up in Chicago and Cicero, and most of the restaurants around there are the mom and pop restaurants. The owners are cooking in the kitchen, like these are home recipes, so the food is just so much better than a lot of places. And then you're not going to get like a really good Mexican food or Italian food in the middle of nowhere, Alabama. That's where it was.
Well, I can tell
That's
you that
true.
you're definitely not going to get really good Mexican food in Florida. So don't look for it there.
I
No,
might as well cook it because I can do. I learned that from my dad and aunt. That's the crazy part.
there you
And
go.
from scratch, and like, trust me, I didn't know how to. A fork and a hot dog on the fire and a bun because my parents always work. And you're like, well, figure it out. We got food in there. Just make it yourself and don't burn
Make
the
it go.
house.
Yep. Don't burn the house down.
So
Don't
I was
burn
like,
the
well,
house
got
down.
hot dogs. I was like, I guess that's what it is. And
Amazing.
from doing that, now the hamburger, now I know how to make like soups to salsas to dinner. And my dad used to have a restaurant, and I learned from my aunt and them. And I just took notes and watched and practiced. I messed up a lot, but man, I got it down to the T's. And he was like, "You don't know how to cook the authentic stuff." Like, oh, you'd be surprised. Don't
Yeah.
underestimate. But I might look a little pasty, but don't be understanding until you see my dad.
Well,
You
it
see my
sounds like
dad,
I'm
he's
gonna
pretty
have to
dark and he got
visit
that curly
you.
cowboy hat and the boots. And you're like, that's
Yeah,
your dad?
That's
I'll
awesome.
have to visit you in Michigan and taste some authentic food then.
Yeah, I mean, whatever you tell me what you like. I have seafood to steak to chicken or pork or I mean, there's a variety of things. I'm a little, you know, I got my unique. My aunt taught me with flavors and
Yeah.
there's days I do. I'm the only one. My girlfriend won't eat it because I make it spicy. She don't like spicy.
Oh, I
Ooh,
love spicy
I
food.
love spicy food. Yeah. Yeah, spicy is probably like one of my favorite kinds of foods. Like I love Thai food, I love spicy Mexican food, all of that's good. Um, Let me ask you a quick question before we kind of end this thing, but where are so you said you're doing wholesaling, right? Is that where you kind of started off doing your
I
your sales?
Right. I'm learning with the wholesaling. I did one deal with John Pickle. I found one on seller financing on storage unit when I started, and it on Facebook. And John, I gave it to John. We just jumped on the call. He did the underwriting. He started doing all the work,
Yeah,
and it took a little time because we were trying to buy it for ourselves. He raised the PML, but then the PML backed out. He ended up wholesaling it because it was we were been messing with it too long.
yeah.
And and then I was lost. But then I found
Okay.
No One Left Behind challenge, and now I'm found again.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. That's great, man.
Nice.
But
What?
yeah, I'm doing wholesaling and learning how to close, and then we get first dibs if it's a deal. We're allowed to buy it. We get the first dibs on it, and they'll learn to show us what we have to do to raise the money, or if you got good, deals. It depends on the method of what we got, the way we get it.
Yeah, yeah. No, that's great. And so what I would say is, coming in here, if for those that are maybe watching this, but like coming in here and learning how to talk to people, learning how to meet people and network is one of the best. Learn how to communicate just in general is one of the best skills you can have because in this business, like you're gonna have to talk to people. And I remember when I started, like I wasn't all about jumping out there and meeting a bunch of people initially, right? Took me a little bit to get that, just build that courage up, I guess, and just build the understanding and all of that. But if you're going to do this business, you're going to have to talk to people. You're going to have to network with people. You're going to have to learn how to negotiate. Yeah, sure, you can hire people to do it for you eventually, but you're gonna have to learn those skills. So why not come in here, learn the basic skill of just talking to people and getting to meet people, and then that carries over into the conversations you have with agents, sellers, brokers, right? Lenders. Because it's not about necessarily just the deal, it's also you. Like if you talk to most private money lenders and they'll tell you it's like, well, I'm not just lending the money on the deal, I'm lending it to you, the operator. I got to trust you, right? So that having that skill, we were talking about this today, just having that skill of communication is like, I think Grant Cardone talks a lot about this too. It's like, they asked him like, what was the one skill you want your daughters to have? And he's like, to be good communicators. And that's why he brings them up on the stage, right? Where he has them come out on his stages and stuff, because he's teaching them how to communicate. He's teaching them how to be public speakers like that. I don't know if you've ever done public speaking or anything like that before. Not a lot of people either have or have
Mm.
tried it, right? Most people are scared shitless of it. I think what they say, like, public speaking is like number one next to like, what is it, like drowning or something, or being like some crazy death scenario. Like, I forget what it is. I have to look it up. But like, people are more afraid of standing in front of other people and talking than death, which is crazy. Um, I guess it kind of makes sense though, because death's death. You're just done, right? But
Yeah.
public
Mm.
speaking, you gotta
You might humiliate yourself,
might humiliate yourself. Yeah, exactly.
and then you
Uh,
gotta stay alive and face those
mhm.
consequences or whatever.
Mhm.
Especially with
But
phones these days now, you record it and people want to be jerks out there,
I
and
just don't care
it is
anymore.
me either. That's
I
why I'm
gotta
like, yeah.
practice for my speaker competition this
Well,
weekend.
and you shouldn't care about, like, even us right now. There's always going to be somebody who watches and is like, oh, those guys, somebody's going to talk S. You're going to be an enemy to somebody, right? Somebody out there is going to take an issue with you. They don't like your face. They don't like the way your voice sounds, whatever it is.
Man, I'll tell you the jobs I had in manufacturing. There's a lot of, I was on your ass. I would help, but you better start moving because I'm only gonna hold your hand for so long. Let's go.
Yeah,
And
well,
yeah, there's
right.
people are an asshole.
People are right, but that's the thing, is like, you can't let that stop. You can't let that hold you back from doing what you're trying to do. And but again, communication, coming in here and just meeting people, going to JJ's group and meeting people. Same thing.
Right,
Right?
exactly.
Um, and
There's several groups to
there's
meet
several groups, right? There's several.
awesome people. Yep.
Mhm.
That's the wonderful thing about these different communities.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm learning that myself.
Well, listen, man, I appreciate you jumping in here. I'm gonna remove you from the pin, but or spotlight rather, but come back, man. We're doing this every Friday. So
That's
Yeah.
great.
Thank you.
yeah, thanks,
Hey,
man.
Yeah.
no
Let us
problem.
know if you remember that name.
I do. It's
Oh, you know what?
Angel
Angel
Miller.
Miller. Oh, she's so sweet.
I'm gonna
She's
actually,
going to be a guest. Her and James are going to be a guest. Uh,
I didn't realize she was really. I got on the Zoom. I didn't know she was a superstar, and I was just talking. I really then I realized who she was. Like, oh shit, hey, it was
yeah.
cool. She was really sweet, and I told her what we're doing, and she's like, "You're doing awesome," and just yeah. But I mean, she reached out. It's crazy. So it's crazy.
yeah.
I like when people reach out to me because I'm always trying to reach out to people. Like, man, no, I'm trying to be nice. I'm a nice person. Reach out to me. I can't remember with names, but I'm horrible. But I help whatever I can.
I
Yeah.
love
But
it.
it's
Yep.
crazy. I love it. Some people reach out and it's awesome, and I mean, it's a great community in so many different ways. It's if you don't take advantage, all you got to do is do the work, and it'll come to you.
Oh, yeah, if you're not reaching out to people, you're not keeping up with communications with the people you've met, like, you're literally just wasting your time. Like,
Right.
and that's something I've had to get better with myself, is we get so wrapped up in our own stuff and what we're trying to do and our business or whatever, and you forget to kind of like reconnect with some people, but it really goes a long way. Actually, little ninja trick that I always do too whenever I'm on any of these Zooms. If you're ever on a Zoom and you got a bunch of people, we all try and put up our phone numbers and like where we're at and everything. So if you're in the Zoom, having that information up is important. But I always take a screen, I always take a picture. I just bring up my camera and I just take a picture of the Zoom screen and try and capture as many people's phone numbers as I can, so I can reach out to them, shoot them a text message or send them like a Facebook message if they're in the Facebook group. Oh, yeah, real quick, Simon, we're gonna be starting up a Facebook group too. Um, So, and we'll drop that when it's ready, but we're gonna be starting a Facebook group as well. Similar to kind of what JJ does, but we're gonna be a little different than JJ, right? JJ's got his thing. We don't want to try and I'm not trying to like compete with JJ or anything. I'm just, we're gonna be slightly different, but um we'll drop, like I said, we'll drop it when we have that going. So
That's awesome. 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 Man, that's awesome. You guys are doing what you're doing. See, that's the crazy part. Everybody's trying to be, what JJ's teaching people. It's just about building network and building friendship, really.
and just doing
And
it.
just do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It makes it just, yeah, I know it gets scary, but it's like, just do it. Trust me, it felt uncomfortable. It was.
Nice.
Yeah,
We'll end it there. Just do it.
just do it. And it is going to be uncomfortable. And if it's not uncomfortable, you're not doing something right.
That's
Something's wrong. Like if you're comfortable in doing it, then you're not stretching yourself. So
right. And we're in our group, we're starting to do a role play things on 2 days a week now. And it took me a little bit. I just say, hell, I'm already doing it already. I just, in front of audience is a little weird, but then it got comfortable after a while. So I was like, yeah, now is what
well,
it is
now it's
now.
now it's time now it's time to test yourself on the next thing, right? That's the way.
Right.
Um, anyway, Simon, I appreciate you being here. Actually, you know what? Let's really quick smile. I'm gonna take a screenshot of all of us. So go ahead and smile. Give me your peace sign or whatever, and I'm gonna take a screenshot of us. All right, there we go.
All right.
Got
Cool.
it.
I
Uh,
appreciate it, guys.
yeah,
Appreciate you. Have a good one.
You
yep.
too, you both.
See you, Simon.
Peace.
So, um, yeah, like I said, Pansy and I are going to be starting our Facebook group. We're going to be dropping that pretty soon. So, for the 5 or 6 of you that watch us, we'll be dropping that soon. I'm just playing. I'm just playing. Uh, yeah, then that's it for tonight. I think we're going to end it there, but thank you all for joining and watching, and keep coming back. Keep coming
Have a
back.
good night.